Are you sick and tired of Swordsoul Tenyi? I know I am. It's all over the ladder. We are clapping Swordsoul, hard countering Swordsoul with my deck that I used to play back in the day. 2014, I'm going back. This is me. Let's go.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
This is my Shaddoll deck, and with all my decks, I'm going to provide to you the breakdown of how to play the decks. We can click on any of the Shaddoll cards. These are the most popular decks it's being used in. Is Invoke Dogmatic of Shaddoll a better deck than this? I do think so, but it's not about better, it's about different. The pure Shaddoll deck is different. It's a different type of deck. It's a deck with a different play style. It's not the same deck, but worse. So I do enjoy this way to play Shaddoll. And it also is a good throwback to the last tournament I played in TCG playing Shaddoll. So this is a breakdown of how it's being played. You could abide by this, but I think playing DPE is a lot better. Now, obviously, the core of the deck, as you saw in the gameplay, or are about to see in the gameplay, is Grassland Screener. You want to resolve this, and you want to search it with the left arm offering. But you don't want to get ashed, so you want to activate any card that could trigger ash. You got Potted P to make the deck a lot more consistent. E-Teleport helps you make the Shaddoll Construct. The whole deck is all about get the Schism or get a Winda on the field alongside DPE, and you could do that very consistently. And the Winda hard counters Swordsoul. You summon this, and if they special summon a Longyun, they can't get a token. If they special summon a Tenyi, you summon a Winda, they can't get a token, so they can't Vishuda it, they're locked up. So in most circumstances, Winda is going to be an instant win versus most Swordsoul deck situations. Now, there's sometimes they can get out of it, but mostly they cannot, especially because this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. Very, very good. So do focus on some of the special plays where if you make an APK turn 1, you send it to the graveyard, you could search for the Schism. If you make a Construct, you could send Schism to the graveyard, then send Construct to the graveyard with the effect of your Gravity Controller, not effect, you just summon it. You must summon the Construct in the extra monster zone to do so. Same thing with the APK. So those are two ways to search for your Schism. Otherwise, there are some other more interesting ways to Schism. When you Grassland Screener, the core being sent to the graveyard could add Schism to the hand. If you have a set Hedgehog, you could flip it up with the Shaddoll Incarnation to grab a Schism. You could have Squamata send core, which will then add Schism. So pretty much every game, you should, in most circumstances, have an incredibly consistent turn 1 Winda or Schism, even without grass that looks greener. I do really like Eldlich because you send it to the graveyard with the grass or the Shaddoll Fusion. It gives you more staying power. I like playing 3 Destiny Heroes because in many circumstances, I mill just 1 Destiny Hero, and then I could still make DPE because I still have the 2 Destiny Heroes to summon with the Fusion Destiny. What's so good about Wulf? Well, normal summon Mathematician, send Wulf. If you have literally no other play, Wulf from the deck to the graveyard will summon onto the field. Now you have Anaconda into DPE. And that is the deck. Enjoy. To start this off, we're going to be clapping an Eldlich player, then we'll be clapping the Swordsouls. All right. I did not have grass back in my day. We didn't have grass. Now we touching grass because we're going to mill our deck equal to our opponent, which they're playing more than 40 cards, so it's already not ideal. What's very important, what I've done so far, is you want to try to trigger your opponent's Ash. You want to eat the Ash. So by activating Foolish Burial, you could Ash that. By activating Wendy, you could Ash that. No Ash, no Ash. 2 opportunities to Ash. Then I whip out the grass. Grassland Screener gets countered by Ash. Let's get milling. What did we mill? Holy moly. We milled garbage. I milled a Wolf, though. Wolf, come forth and summon. I didn't have a very good mill at all. This is not ideal. I didn't trigger a single Shaddoll. We're going to summon Mathematician, which I did have back in my day. Mathematician is going to send a monster from the deck to the graveyard. We're sending a Squamata. Squamata could send any Shaddoll card from the deck to the graveyard. So while the Mathematician can't send a trap to the graveyard, it can through the Squamata. Now, by sending the Shaddoll Incarnation, I could flip up my Hedgehog. Let's get flipping. Flip up the Hedgehog with the Incarnation. Now, Hedgehog could search for Schism. Schism is the main way we are going to hard counter Swordsoul. This is the Swordsoul counter. During your opponent's main phase, you're going to fusion summon into the ultimate counter, which is going to be your Winda. Winda will prevent your opponent from summoning more than once. They cannot special summon more than once. So that is the #1 goal with this deck, is set up a Schism turn 1. Now, in addition to the Schism, you want to make a DPE. Yeah, I'm sorry, DPE is every deck. DPE is the way. Anaconda. The first thing you want to check is make sure you didn't mill all of your Destiny Heroes. If you didn't, Anaconda into DPE with your Schism. This is great. Now, what's also really good about this is with Shadow Fusion during the opponent's turn, if we want to banish from the opponent's graveyard, we could trigger an Aerial if we have that opportunity. We're going to DPE, negate the Cursed Eldlin from searching for a Eldlich. Now, by destroying the Hedgehog, Hedgehog is going to search for a counter to the Eldlich, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm sure I did it. Yes, this. Holy moly. Aerial, if sent to the graveyard, is going to be able to banish up to 3 cards from either player's grave. So as soon as he gets the Eldlich cards in the graveyard, Aerial is going to banish them. We are hard countering. Let's go. First Outland, now send the Golden Lord to the graveyard. Now, with the toggle on, I waited for him to set a card, and now I'm going to flip up the Shadow Fusion. Why not wait for Eldlich to activate? Well, you're not going to be able to chain Aerial to Eldlich. It's not possible. It is a trigger effect, so we have to trigger the Aerial before they activate the Eldlich, which they set a card. I know they want to. Shadow Fusion, come forth, Shokan into the APK Loan. Now, Aerial is going to banish Curse Outland, Eldlich. It could banish Eldlixirs. It could banish the Golden Lands. The Aerial is absolutely insane. Once he realizes what we just did to him, he's going to scoop. We still have Shaddoll. We still have the Shaddoll Schism. Schism is going to be able to fusion summon into any of our Shaddolls. The Schism could also summon what is called the Construct. The Construct can activate on summon to send Aerial from the deck to the graveyard, and then Aerial could do what we just did, banish the Eldlich. This is nuts. Let's go. I have Shadow Dragon on the field. Shadow Dragon could flip up, return a card in the field back to the hand, which would happen next turn, which there isn't going to be a next turn. Let's go. You're not going to want to just see Grass-Head Screener. What could the deck do when you got no grass? Well, let's see what it could do without the grass. Emergency Teleport. Come forth and summon Wendy. Now, generally, instead of summoning the Anaconda, if you have more monsters in your hand, Emergency Teleport's going to summon the Shadow Construct, which has a built-in fusion in its effect. So let's now do just the boring DPE with Schism. We getting permed. Okay, negated. I'm not going to win just off of DPE because we just got negated. What can we do with no grass and our Anaconda is negated? Well, we're playing against Swordsoul, which is considered to be the best deck in the game. Uh-oh. He's got the Long Yun, but I got the Schism. That's it. You're done. Get Schismin. If they do not hard open Vishuddha, they're done. They're done. We got him. Winda's going to restrict him to only 1 special summon. Even if he hard drew into the Vishuddha, he's got no non-effect monster. Can't activate Vishuddha. No Vishuddha in the graveyard. Can't do it. Can't use the extra deck. The Winda stops him from summoning a token. And now, yeah, he's got 2,300 defense. So as long as we get through that, we're good. Now, you might be thinking, DK, what about Blackout? Blackout's going to destroy Winda. Cannot be destroyed by the opponent's card effects. We got him. We got him. Now, the downside of Schism is we cannot attack directly with the monster we create off of it. We're going to Mathematician, send the Hedgehog. Hedgehog will search for any monster. Squamata will send any monster from the deck to the graveyard or Shadow card. We're going to come forth and summon the Earth Shaddoll. What the hell? The Earth Shaddoll is going to be able to negate a special summon monster if we have a Shaddoll in the hand. We're sending a Shadow Dragon, which will then destroy the back row card, taking out the Call by the Grave. All right, goodbye to my Wendy. That's fine. I'm not even activating the Wendy, mate. What are you doing, mate? Just wanted a monster big enough. We cannot attack directly. Let's go, let's go. If something were to happen to the Winda, I'll make another one. So now you're super screwed. The Winda could not be dealt with because I can make another one with the Shaddoll Fusion or the Shaddoll Schism. You are hard countered. He passes his entire turn. The entire turn gets passed. It's time to just win. Smack him with the snow, smack him with the Shaddoll Earth, Shaddoll Fusion, come forth, El Shaddoll Construct, on summon, send a Shaddoll from the deck to the graveyard, Winda add the Shaddoll Fusion back to the hand that could fuse during the opponent's turn or the battle phase, send Squamata, send Wendy activate, come forth and special summon the Shaddoll Dragon in face down defense. We got lethal. We're going to activate the Snow, banishing 7 from the graveyard, no grass, no mill, no reasoning, nothing needed. Lethal damage, hard counter, Swordsoul. Don't let them get the token out. Stop them from summoning. Now, you saw a Swordsoul duel without the grass. How about with grass? Let's pot a P to eat the ash. You want to eat the ash with the E-Telly or pot a P before they negate your grass that's greener. Do not let them negate grass if you can help it. Shaddoll Schism, the main priority. We got it to the hand. Mathematician, you could ash this. You could also Veiler or Imperm. So you're trying to eat the Veiler Imperm so that we could then make an Anaconda. I'm going to come forth and make my Anaconda right now. Before I mill my Fusion Destinies or my Destiny Heroes, I'm going to make the Anaconda first. Now, we checked for all the hand traps. We tried to bait them. He doesn't have them. We made DPE. We got Schism. And now we got a free grass. Let's go. 100% going to go through. Milling a Squamata send, Hedgehog search. And that's all we milled. All right, that's fine. Grab in a Squamata, which is going to be good for if you're not sure what to grab or send, sending Squamata is generally the better idea. Now, with the Shaddoll Incarnation, this is great because during the opponent's turn, I could flip up my Shaddoll Dragon to return any card in the field back to the hand. So I have a Disruption, I have a Winda, I have a DPE. Let's go. That's fine. Get searching. I'm going to wait for the effect to special summon, then we're going to summon the Winda. And there you go. We're going to chain the Schism, summon the Winda, and now you're hard countered. Pretty much in most circumstances, it's an auto win. They're not going to be able to get a token out. And let's pretend like he has a token. Let's pretend he summoned Mo Yi and has a token with a Vashuda in the hand. What do? Well, I could DPE pop the token. What if I don't have DPE? I could use the Incarnation to flip up Shaddoll Dragon, return the token back to the hand, which gets rid of it, and now you're done. You're done. It's over. I'm so sorry, Swordsoul. Actually, I'm not. Hard counter, Swordsoul. Let's go. Alrighty. No freaking grass. Well, the deck still works even without grass. I'm gonna make an APK, mate. What the heck? Why APK? I could send for a gravity controller. There we go. APK will now search for the Schism. It's all about the Schism. And look at that. I'm not going to even play into DPE. Let's see if Winda really is an auto win. Well, activating a 10 Yi. That is not an inherent special summon. Chain Schism, summon Winda. They can't summon Monk. They can't use Vashuda. They're done. That's it. If they activate a 10 Yi, you win. It's auto win. Get Schism in. Come forth and summon the Winda. So in the most basic game states, if you could summon a Winda on the effect of them special summoning, you win. Now, was that even Swordsoul? I don't know what the heck that was. He summoned a freaking Virtual World. I think Virtual World Swordsoul. Who knows? Hard countered. Let's go.